Welcome to Reading with Kermie. Chris here, aka Kermie. How's everybody doing today on this fine Wednesday afternoon? Sun is shining. I think after I do some reading with Kermie and eat some mid-afternoon lunch, I might have to go outside and take a walk for a while, get some sun. So today on Don't Stress the Small Stuff upside down, it's just small stuff in the family. We have reached chapter 3 of the second book of Don't Stress the Small Stuff. So, this title is called Keep in Mind That a Happy Spouse is a Helping Spouse. Well, let's see how much this relates to me. I don't have a spouse in my life right now, but that's okay. Doesn't mean it can't help you and motivate you into some different direction. So, let's do this. Keep in mind that a happy spouse is a helping spouse. This is such an obvious concept that I'm almost embarrassed to write about it. Yet, I found that very few marriages take advantage of the truly remarkable ramifications of this strategy. The idea, of course, is that when your spouse is happy and feels appreciated, he or she will want to be of help to you. On the other hand, when your spouse feels unhappy and they're taken for granted, the last thing in the world he or she would feel like doing is making your life easier. Let me make it perfectly clear that I'm not suggesting that it's your responsibility to make your spouse happy. It's ultimately up to each other. It's ultimately up to each person to make that happen for himself or herself. We do, however, play a significant role in whether or not our spouse feels appreciated. Think about your own situation for a moment. How often do you generally thank your spouse for all the hard work he or she does on your behalf? I've met hundreds of people who admit to virtually never thanking their spouse in this way, and almost no one who does so on a regular basis. Your spouse is your partner. Ideally, you'll treat your partner as you would your best friend. If your best friend, for example, said to you, "I would love to get away by myself for a few days," what would you say? In most cases, you probably come back with something like, "That sounds great, you deserve it, you should do it." But your spouse said exactly the same thing. Would your reaction be the same? Or would you think about how his or her request would affect you? Would you feel put out, defensive, or resentful? Is a good friend more concerned with himself or herself, or with the happiness of the other person? Do you think it's a coincidence that your good friends love to help you whenever possible? Obviously, you can't always treat your spouse in exactly the same way you would your other good friends. After all, running a marriage or a household, as well as a joint budget, carries with a great deal of responsibility. However, that dynamic can be similar. For example, if a good friend came over and cleaned your house and then took the time to make you dinner, what would you say? How would you react? If your spouse does the very same thing, doesn't he or she deserve the same recognition and gratitude? Most certainly. Whether our jobs involve staying at home, working out of the house, or some combination of the two, we all love and deserve to be appreciated. And when we don't feel taken for granted, or our natural instincts is to be of help. Almost nothing is more predictable than the way people respond when they feel appreciated and valued. True. Both my wife and I generally appreciate each other and try to remember to never take each other for granted. I love it when Chris tells me how much she loves and appreciates all my hard work. And she continues to let me know, even after more than 13 years of marriage. I also try to remember to acknowledge and express my gratitude daily for her hard work and for her enormous contribution to our family. The result that we both love to do things for each other. The result is we both love to do things to each other. Not just out of obligation, but because we know we are appreciated. You may be doing the same thing already. If so, keep it up. But if not, it's never too late to start. Ask yourself, what could I do to express my gratitude toward my spouse even more than I already do? Usually the answer is very simply, make an ongoing effort to say thank you, and do so genuinely. Keep in mind not so much what you are doing for the relationship, but what your spouse is doing. Express your gratitude and appreciation. I bet you notice what all happy couples do. That the happier and more appreciated your spouse feels, the more often he or she would reach out to help. Very good reading, very good reading. Like I said, I don't have a spouse at this point in my life, but you know what? I think living with various roommates and family members, it kind of goes the same way, you know. You want to be treated the way you want to be treated, and show that appreciation and gratitude wherever you're living and whoever you're living with, in my opinion. I mean, right now I live with my sister, and I've lived with her several times in the past, and we have a good system going, you know. There's a lot of times I'm at home a lot, so you know, I do cleaning, I do dishes, take out the garbage, I do the vacuuming, and she cooks dinner. And we both appreciate the fact that we have those parts in our life and our responsibility of happy living and contentment and so on and so forth. So, you know, it's spouse, girlfriend, boyfriend, friend, family member, whoever you're living with, you know, show the same appreciation. It really goes a long way. I mean, of course, there's relationships in my past where I have taken them for granted and not showed my gratitude and appreciation on a daily basis, like the chapter shared. And I've seen the difference. I've seen the headache. I've seen the resentment. I've been there. I've felt that. And also I felt the other side of being appreciated and grateful for everything that we both do together. So it does make a huge difference in your day-to-day relationship. Trust me. I've been on both sides. But anyway, I hope you guys got something out of that reading. And you guys are going to be enjoying the rest of your afternoon. And remember, show that appreciation and gratitude. It does go a long way. On that note, I will say, have a great afternoon. I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.